p.m. Eastern Time. Whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching the recording, welcome. And I'll be playing about 3 hours of bridge tonight, the Hart House Club game. The level of the club is about intermediate level club. I'm playing with my partner Alad, who's my cousin. We have a lot of experience together, and we usually do pretty well. So hopefully you'll be entertained or at least gain some insight into what I'm doing. So looks like the tournament's starting. And I'm just telling the opponents what we play and what Alad's carding is. But of course, this is John and Trish, and we play against them basically every week, and they know exactly what our system is. So they play standard American with standard lead and standard carding. Should be pretty easy to follow. I've got a good hand. I've got a 17 count balanced. It's going to come around to me, and I have a choice to make. 2 no trump without a heart stopper is dangerous. 2 spades is an underbid. I'm going to double and then bid spades, which is a tad aggressive with this hand. It's 17. I'd like to be a little stronger, but I think that besides the Jack of Hearts, my values are very well placed. So we'll see what Alad bids here. He might decide to bid 2 no trump Liebensal. He might bid 2 spades, which is passable, but I will of course bid again. He might Q bid 3 hearts. 3 clubs and 3 diamonds here show a bit of a stronger hand. So here, he could have bid Liebensal and then passed 3 clubs, but bidding 3 clubs directly is a bit of a stronger hand. So what I'm going to do is, actually, I'm just going to bid 3 spades here. My double and then new suit will show the strength of my hand. And if he has a heart stopper, he'll go 3 no trump. If he doesn't, he'll pass or do something else. But I don't think he'll pass because I doubled and bid a suit. So he's going 3 no trump here. That's very good. He wouldn't bid this without a heart stopper. So I think that we're probably in the right spot. Though ideally we would have preferred the heart opener on lead. This does just as well. He has that heart stopper, which is perfect. And it looks like we found the right contract. We've got 5 in the minors, 3 in the majors in terms of top tricks. And then the heart lead sets up the 9th trick. So we are in what looks to be the correct spot. It's possible that no, it's not possible that spades does any better. Interesting. John had 7 hearts to the ace king and chose to open 2 hearts. They play standard, so 2 hearts would have been a weak 2. I think that with 7 to the ace king, you would want to open that 3 hearts. What that tells me is that all the other points should be in Trish's hand now. Otherwise, with 7 to the ace king, and as much as a queen outside, you'd open the bidding at the 1 level. But Alad has 2 parking spots for the diamonds if the spades split. Now, the choice here is how do you want to play the spades? Because Alad has a couple entries to his hand. If he wants to run the 9 of spades into North's hand, he can do so. The problem is that if North wins and then plays a diamond through, he's in trouble. Or at least we'll lose 2 more diamond tricks, probably. The 8 of diamonds from John implies that Trish, sitting south, is holding the other king or queen along with the 10 of diamonds. So this is an interesting play. Looks like he's trying to set up a diamond trick. The king of diamonds fly by Trish is telling me that the hang on a sec. Where did the 10 of diamonds go? Did I miss it? So I didn't miss the 10 of diamonds. I think Trish just chose to fly king, um, also holding the 10. Mhm. So this should be a very good score. Taking 10 tricks here is pretty good. Other results have come in. Nobody else is in game. I think that uh, to miss game here is very bad, whether or not North opens 2 hearts or 3 hearts or 4 hearts. I have a strong 17 count, and partner's got 10 points. Um, we play precision, so Alad would have opened a weak no trump with his 10 count. Next hand, I have a 16 again, uh, but here um, it's a vulnerable 2 heart preempt. I can double, or I could pass and hope for a reopening double. Um, but I could just go 3 no trump. I don't want Alad to pass 2 hearts, which he might do. Indeed, the spades actually do run because the Jack 10 fall on the Ace King. So 3 no trump by me this time. It looks to be another good spot. The 7 of hearts is probably top of a doubleton. I expect both the Jack and King to be onside. Um, we also have 4 spade tricks coming, so I'm going to pencil in 7, and then at least 3 club tricks. That's 10, and the Ace of Diamonds is 11. So I might take up to 12 tricks here, but we'll see. Um, if there's an entry problem here, it might be that I need to cash my 2 spades and dummy before the second heart is gone. And I'll have plenty of transportation in the club suit later on. So we're seeing the king come out of south, which doesn't really tell me anything about the position of the jack of hearts. Maybe I should have put in the 10 on trick 1 to avoid blocking the suit. That might have been a better choice. So um, I'm going to run the queen of clubs first, which I expect to be covered if North has the king. Yeah. So here, this lets me untangle some of these suits. I'm going to win my king jack of spades, and hopefully North and South will both follow. And then run the 10. That's the 10 of spades. This should get covered. Well, I'm counting all the suits. So because the opponents follow to the first 3 rounds of spades, this last spade isn't going to set up any spade tricks. Now, John's under some pressure here. If he has 3 clubs and 3 diamonds, I think the correct thing to do is to throw off the diamond. Uh, now, he's probably down to king small of diamonds at this point, maybe jack third. I'm going to play my 10 of clubs and see if Trish follows. Okay, so she's out. Um, John can interpose with the 8 or 9 here, though I think those are his only 2 clubs left. Okay, so it looks like I can hook it. I must have missed an intermediate club disappear somewhere. So 12 tricks is pretty good. I don't think it's a legitimate slam we missed in. It looks like South had the king of diamonds as well. .490 should be a good score there, but most people are making it with Most of those cards on side. Yes, it looks like the eight of clubs dropped earlier that I missed. I have another 16 count here. This is more semi-balanced than balanced. I'm gonna open one diamond, or all right. Let's open at a precision. Honestly, this is not a great 16, but I'd rather just sort of bid my exact point count. These are long rounds. I think we might be playing three. Okay, they're three board rounds, but there's plenty of clock time. So partner has a positive response. That's good. I'm going to keep relaying. Because all I know from one Hart is that he has four more spades. Hi, welcome. Thank you. Thanks for watching the stream. I hope I won't need the luck, but so far we've gotten some. Certainly taking 12 tricks there was a little bit lucky, and 10 tricks there is very lucky. Looking at the Traveler, nobody else is in 3-no trump, interestingly. I guess perhaps there's some trouble untangling the partial stoppers in Hearts, but no excuse for them to. I don't see why. So hang on a sec. Alad skipped some steps. So 1-no trump shows majors. 2 clubs shows diamonds. 2 diamonds shows clubs. 2 hearts shows long spades weak. 2 spades shows 5-3-3. 2-no trump shows 6 spades, flat hand, 12 plus points. Um, uh, so over 3 clubs, he should tell me his exact shape. And he has 4 possible shapes. He has 6 spades with 3-2-2 and some other suits, or he has a flat 7-2-2-2, which it's not a flat hand, but it's close enough. So we'll see where his fragment is. 3 diamonds would be a club fragment. 3 hearts. Okay. So we seem to have a double fit in spades and clubs, which is nice. I have a choice of places to play, and it might depend on what high cards he has. Um, so the first question here is asking him about the number of aces he has. So if he has an even number of aces, which I would know to be 0, he would bid 3 spades. With at least 1 ace, he would bid 3-no trump or higher. And that would first ask, 3-no trump would deny the king of spades. So he doesn't have the king of spades, but he does have 1 ace. And that's good. That's enough I need to know to keep looking for slam. So now he's telling me about the king of clubs, king of hearts, king of diamonds in that order. So what does he have? Now, if he bids 4 diamonds, that shows all or none of them. I want him to bid that. So that's good. That means we've got everything certainly outside of the spade suit. But I need to keep asking because I want to know if he has the queen of spades. If he has the queen of spades, we should be in spades. If he doesn't, we should be in clubs. So the cards I'm asking him about now are the queen of spades, queen of clubs, and queen of hearts. So I expect with 1 ace and 3 kings, he doesn't need any of those cards. So we might just go 4 spades. But if he has, say, the queen of spades, which he's likely to hold, he'll go 4-no trump. So he has the queen of spades. So here I know we've got we've got an 8-card spade fit. The question is, do I go 6 no? or six spades. So six no is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think six no trump is the place to be here. We've got everything double stopped. We've got a running club suit, and the spades will certainly set up for, or hopefully set up for a couple tricks. And six no trump here should be a good match point score. So he started with no trumps. So this is exactly what I was expecting. Three kings, six spades, the ace queen. Uh, this is the Hart House Club game. Thursday. This is the Hart House Club game move to BBO. So the good news is that I figured out what Alad's hand was. Is there any bad news here? No. It's very likely that we'll take enough spade tricks for us to be making a six no trump here. And the good news is that six no trump should beat six spades uh, because the quality of that contract will depend on uh, not losing two spade tricks either way. Of course, six clubs might be the safest contract, but it still needs it's worse than six spades or six clubs. So uh, we're going to see if we need to do any kind of squeezes here as Alad's playing it. Um, First, he's going to see if spades are 3-2, I think. Um, and if they aren't, he's going to run clubs and then try to pull off some kind of spade diamond squeeze. Or maybe take a diamond finesse if he's feeling lucky. It looks like he's going to try running the clubs before testing the spades, uh, which is better. He's going to throw off two low spades on the run of the clubs, and then there will be a diamond threat and a spade threat. He's giving up by running clubs first, which I think he's going to do. He's giving up on the possibility of taking a diamond finesse, but what's the fun in taking a diamond finesse when you can, what's the word? Pull off a squeeze. Hmm. Oh gosh. There's only 1 minute left in the round. So hopefully our auction didn't take too long and the opponents will discard appropriately. So the spade discard lets Alad claim. So he should claim right now. But of course, the result will be six no trump making at this point. So this was a very good round. 430 is a top board. Uh, Even though I don't know why other people aren't in this very good contract, the 490 is a normal result, but it ends up being quite good. And then six no trump doesn't end up being a top board because somebody made 7 in spades. That requires a level of skill far beyond that of mine. So this is Alad's in-laws, his mother-in-law and brother-in-law. And I've seen them play before. I think Alad and I have the edge, but maybe they'll prove us wrong. Exactly. We have been studying your moves. One no trump, 15 to 17 probably. Now they did on the previous hand end up giving up an extra trick in Oh, that's why. Yeah. If you let the jack run without covering an honor with an honor, your partner's never going to win their 10. So that's why you cover an honor with an honor. The double of two clubs just says, I like clubs, lead a club if you can. I'll leave the lecture until later. All right, so we got Stamen, two hearts. Do I want to compete to 3 clubs here? That might not be terrible. but I trust my defense. And I think that probably they don't play garbage statement, but I guess they do. Okay, so against two hearts, I have choices. I could lead a trump, which is a choice. It might cut down on roughing value. I could lead partner's club suit. Am I afraid of the clubs disappearing quickly? That could be an issue, but I think probably what I want to do is just cut down on roughing value. So I'm going to lead a heart. And the statement call by North, I don't really get it. I think that probably North should just pass one no trump. It's unclear to me if Hearts is going to play better than no trump would. But I might have given up a trick with a lead. It's entirely possible. No reason not to lead a club at this point. This is an attitude shift. I do have the jack of clubs, and I think partner has probably some high clubs. I'm not quite sure I get the rationale of doubling clubs for a lead when you have five to the queen, but um, it's probably queen 10-9, decent holding. With this dummy, attacking clubs first would have been better, but I couldn't see that. Yeah, so he knows to play a low club here. I have the jack because I shifted to a low club. So this will force the ace out. Now, if Sandy plays diamonds, well, Sandy still has a, what do you call it? Um, a heart in hand. So we can't force, we can't just play clubs and win the rest of the tricks because Sandy can rough back in. Here, I'm going to hold up one round in case this causes entry problems. And I have the ace here. Fortunately, Sandy wins the last trick. That was pretty good by them. Um, can we do better? On a diamond lead, we can do better. But no, they didn't miss a legitimate game there. Uh, Either a harder club lead is too passive to gain tricks. The only way to double dummy, at least, do better is to attack diamonds or spades and get a rough in one of those suits. Though if I leave hearts to their own play, they might play the suit differently and end up losing two tricks. But leading up to the 10 or leading up to the queen is going to result in only losing one heart trick. So we can't do much about that. Now, if you try to see how no trump would have done, it looks like that there's four tricks in the minors for them, along with maybe three tricks in spades. So it's going to make, but not 170. I don't have enough to bid. I'll pass. This is going to be a bad board. Yeah, most people are taking fewer tricks and no trump. As it turns out, the garbage stamen hit the jackpot there with us having a 3-3 trump break and enough roughing value to retain control of the side suits. Allied with the late intervention into two hearts, he likes to be aggressive after both of us have limited our hand because he knows that the opponents aren't as familiar with competitive bidding and are less likely to make good choices. So I know he's limited. I'm going to pass here with only two hearts. I don't see the need to compete further. This might get passed out. He might get to play it in two hearts. But here, two spades comes down. I don't think I'm going to compete because I have just a doubleton heart. And the spades aren't going to give any value in a three heart contract. I do expect Alad to lead a heart. It's his longest suit. He probably has an honor. But no, he's leading the king of clubs. I don't know if that's a singleton or a doubleton. Uh, on this, I'm going to play my eight of clubs here. Eight of clubs should either say keep playing clubs or shift to hearts. So that finesse is always there. So I don't think, and Alad doesn't have seven hearts. I don't think he's losing a trick there by leading the king of clubs like a heart trick or anything. He might have six hearts to the king, or maybe even six to the 10. I could see him bidding two hearts there with a holding like that. But if he does play a heart, I need to decide what spot to play, and he might shift to a diamond. I did play a low club spot on the second round of clubs, so uh, while that was in order to preserve my Jack 7 over the 9-6, he might view that as some kind of super reference card and play diamonds. We've got the king of hearts here. So because he's playing the king, I can't play the ace. I have to play the jack. And now he'll play a low heart. With that line of play, the king and then the two, the club back is right. He wanted to make sure that we scored our heart tricks before I played another club. That's why he played king and a heart. The 10 of spades play by Steven. In some cases, Alad would be able to over trump or cause a problem with the spade spots. I don't know if it'll matter here, but I will just play low high in the trump suit to say I still have clubs, or rather, I don't have much of diamonds worth celebrating. Unfortunately, Alad's King of Hearts heart set up the 10. Do I have a reason to rough in? Let's see. Four hearts, five spades, one club, three diamonds. I have the. I'm going to rough in and play my jack of clubs. I'd rather Steven break diamonds than me. And I'd rather not discard a diamond if I don't have to. Nice. That should be pretty good. Yeah, beating two spades there was good. All right, we got a two spades opening by partner, and I don't have a response. My hand would be good if he bid something like hearts, but with a two spade bid, I'm happy to just be dummy in two spades. And I think that's probably what's going to happen. And I'm not going to compete over a double or any no trump bid. My suits aren't strong enough. I think that the ace of diamonds and king of spades are probably decent defensive cards as well. And if they bid to four hearts, I of course have a 5-card trump suit on defense. But it's just two spades my partner, as I expected. So Alad decided to open two spades. First, he's vulnerable with his hand. That's fine. But it does lead to a challenging contract. He has to lose a club and a heart and the ace of spades, and he will inevitably lose at least one other spade. And then after that, it will depend on the defense. It's possible he can set up diamonds in hand for extra tricks. The clubs in dummy look pretty good. The problem is that they don't have an entry outside of the diamonds. So Alad needs to decide how he wants to attack the minors. He could, if he wanted to, try running the queen of clubs. The problem is that he only has one certain entry to dummy. And if he plays the ace of diamonds to get there, he's not going to have a chance to enjoy his clubs. So what Alad might do is try setting up his diamonds in hand. So I think that's what he's going to do, just by going diamond to the king and roughing a diamond. And then he can still score his queen of spades instead of having to give it up to the ace by ducking enough spades and then hoping the ace is doubleton or that spades are 3-3. But looks like he's just going to play the king of spades off a dummy. The 4 is missing. 4 is in North's hand. Jack of diamonds is a card I think Alad wants to see. Hopefully Sandy won't trump this. She didn't. That's good. And so here Alad's going to play the queen of spades to pull another round of trump. And then he has to decide if he wants to play a low spade out, hoping spades are 3-3, or play diamonds and hope to set up diamonds quickly. So unfortunately, spades are 4-2. So Stephen has another high spade. But Alad's not going to get forced with the diamonds 3-3. So Alad will lose another heart, and he'll lose the jack of spades. But he'll escape for down 1, which should be a decent result on this board. Unfortunately, the opponents probably can't make anything because of the heart split. But they do have a lot of high cards together. So maybe there is something. So is there a way for Alad to make that? I find it unlikely because diamonds are 3-3, but spades are 4-2. And with just a singleton king and dummy, there's not really any choice as to how you play the spades. You have to lose 3 spades on top of the ace of hearts, the ace of clubs, and eventually a diamond. If instead you try roughing a diamond and dummy, you're going to lose 4 spade tricks. So I don't think this can make. Looking at the double dummy result, it's not making. Other tables have a lot of people going down and things, but 3 no trump seems to make, or at least it did at that table. Is it a legitimate make? Well, there's 5 tricks in the majors, 2 tricks in the minors, and then you can set up 1 diamond. I don't know where the 9th trick comes from, though. Maybe a spade? I guess you do set up a second spade if you take the king with the ace. But you don't always do that. You need, if you run the 10 of spades, you might end up going down in 3 no trump. And Alad went down 1 and 2 spades. These other folks went down 2 and 2 spades. So that's very good. And indeed, Alad can't do anything about that on the lie of the cards. So with 2 minutes to go after 2 rounds, we had a very strong first round. The second round's not as strong. This board ended up being near bottom because our opponents found a really nice two-heart contract, and we lost a trick on defense. Had we taken that extra trick, we would have moved it from a near bottom to a slightly below average board. Had and the next board was two spades down one. So far, it's the only plus score in our direction because we managed to defeat two spades. We did get a little lucky with Declarer's line, trying to discard a heart from his hand instead of taking a spade finesse meant that Alad got his ruff, and I got my queen of spades. And on this last board, down one and two spades, uh, it seems to be the case that most people are either down more with Alad's hand or the north-south pair is making some contract and no trump. So this is a good board as well. So overall, a good round, maybe not as good as round one, but still a solid start to the night. Ah, tastes good. That's right. So yeah, still a good round. I think it was a 62% round, something like that. I can live with that. Now, with a 9 count, I am passing in second seat vulnerable, of course. And we'll see if, and I'm not overcalling one spade with 5 to the 10. Doug and Almor. If partner bids something, I'm excited, but otherwise I'm happy to pass and let this be the opponent's hand. Do they have any leads or carding agreements? Unclear. But I'm not overcalling on a 5-card suit to the 10, because if partner has a 5-card suit to the jack or queen, I want them leading that suit instead of my spade suit, if that suits hearts or clubs. So I don't want to misdirect partner by overcalling. I would interpret nothing usual to mean nothing unusual. So south is reversing. Um, Reversing in basically any standard or 2/1 system shows a very strong hand. Some people accidentally reverse with hands that aren't as strong, but I'm assuming that they're both on the same page that this is, in fact, a strong reverse. Now, a lot of people have the agreement that a reverse is strong, but there's a drop off between the people with that agreement and then the people who have follow ups to reverses. There are folks who have like a negative response to a reverse that says, we're not in a game force anymore. And then other people who don't have agreements of that kind. So sometimes you can miss a game as a result. North is bidding spades twice, which I find fascinating. I have a 5-card spade suit, and North is bidding them twice. So I'm going to put North with at least 5 spades. But because I have 5, the spades are not going to run successfully. I'm also expecting that partner doesn't have a lot of strength. I don't think I'm going to hit partner's suit. The best I can do in terms of passive leads is probably a spade anyway. So I'm going to lead my 4th best spade, and then we'll see what dummy looks like. Hopefully South doesn't have ace queen small of spades. I would expect South to have just a singleton spade. Alad knows that North bid spades twice. He might be less inclined to fly with an honor as a result, holding something like ace small. But he did go up with a queen, and I think the queen was probably from Queen Doubleton here. So here, I'm gonna play count. Obviously, there's no way I can like spades with that dummy in spades. Um, Alad will shift to something like a club, which I like because I, of course, have the ace jack. He's probably thinking about which club to shift to, and he's playing the four. We play attitude shifts here, so he actually likes clubs. Uh, my question now is, do I want to go ace of clubs club, or should I continue passively? And the argument to continue passively is that perhaps South has to give up a club at the end. Um, South opened the bidding with, I can review this playing BBO one diamond. So I would expect South to not necessarily have a lot of clubs or a club stopper. If I play a heart out, maybe they can't take nine tricks right away in the red suits. So say South has four more diamond tricks coming and then a few more hearts. I don't think I'm giving away the ninth trick with ace and a club, but if I am, I'm going to be cheesed. And also there's an entry to dummy with two spade tricks waiting there. So I'm going to play my ace of clubs and hope that partner has the king of clubs. Nope. The good news is that I have the ace of hearts. So when I get in, I can take two tricks. The bad news is that north-south is going to run some diamonds first. Oh, well, I guess I'm beating this. So we beat 3-no Trump, which is great, but I wonder if I could have done better by not cashing my ace of clubs. Most people are making some number of no Trump north-south, whether that's one or two or three. I'm holding a very good 15 count. I think that systematically, I'm going to upgrade this. I'm sorry, Kevin. No, I can't. He's going to get mad at me. Kevin's the director. Okay, so 2 plus diamonds, 10 to 16. Yeah, so that is true. If he'd played the queen from queen 10, it would probably have blocked the suit, but it still would have netted another trick. Looking at the double dummy score there, it's technically always making, but then north-south have to run their diamonds. Had Alad shifted to the queen of clubs, indeed, it would have been down one, and Declare could have done nothing about it. So I have a very strong hand, and we'll see what partner bids. So it's not one spade, it's one, oh God. What do I bid with this shape? Do we have agreements here? I can't bid two hearts. Two hearts shows a different shape. I think I have to go 1-no Trump here. We play two clubs there would show at least 9 cards in the minors, so I can't bid that. Yeah, exactly. If he leads the queen or 10 of clubs, then we do beat it without them being able to do anything else. So two clubs here would show at least 9 cards in the minors for us. Two diamonds, of course, I can't bid. Two hearts. Uh, two hearts shows a hand with 3 spades, 4 hearts, 5 diamonds, and 1 club by agreement. So I can't bid that. And I, of course, can't raise spades. So I have to sort of lie and pretend that my hand is some kind of balanced 13 to 16 count. Here I'm getting passed. We have to hope that this is the right spot. This is the cursed shape. This is the one shape that doesn't really fit into our agreements. Exactly one spade, four hearts, three diamonds, five clubs, when partner responds one spade over one diamond. The good news is that this contract seems to be reasonable. Three no trump is a stretch, and no trump is the place to be. So the fourth best diamond is telling me that we're going to see the 10 jack or queen from south. And I can set up three heart tricks if I can concentrate on hearts. Um, but what I might do, because I don't want them to play spades, is play a diamond. If north interposes, I'll just duck. And then I can finesse diamonds later. Hopefully north will switch to a club, which I expected because I have this holding. So now that that club's gone, I am going to play my king of hearts, which is going to get covered. And we're going to get another club back because that last club forced my ace out. And so the missing clubs are the 10 and queen here. So we need to keep an eye out for those. Now I'm going to take my diamond finesse and run my hearts. What kind of system do I play? Alan and I play a sort of custom version of precision with a lot of ad hoc agreements. Relay positives over one club. So I'll throw the other club here, I think. Hope that the ace and queen of spades are on side, something fortuitous like that. There's still one high club out. So north might be a little bit squeezed here, I think. No, I think north has the other high club. Is it the 10 of clubs? Yeah. Oh, I guess I miscounted everything. But we took 10 tricks and no trump, which is going to be good. It's 8 opposite 15, which shouldn't be game, and so I'm happy to be there. 180 should be a very good result there. Alid helpfully pointing out that the 10 of clubs went on the first round of clubs. Had I been paying attention to that, and I just didn't expect, or I guess I just missed it. Had I known that earlier, well, by that point, it would already thrown off another club, so I could have held, I could have just cashed my club at that point. So one spade, two diamonds, three clubs. I have a hand that could be three diamonds. In terms of defensive value, my spades are useful. So my question is, do I want to raise my partner's good diamond suit or compete over three clubs? I'm going to pass because I think I'd rather defend here. North isn't going to raise clubs, and three clubs is certainly a forcing bet. And South would bid hearts if South had hearts. Oh, you can't pass there. Nevertheless, I don't want to compete to four diamonds with this. My spades aren't as valuable on offense as they are on defense, and I don't have a ton of roughing value. I think there's a good chance my partner also has two clubs or at most three. So I didn't raise diamonds. I'm going to give count on this king of diamonds. That's our agreement, right? Or do I do something else? I think, okay, on kings, against suit contracts, we play a rainbow suit preference where the middle card encourages the suit. Low card encourages low rank, high card encourages high rank. So I'm going to play my nine of diamonds, and I expect this to get trumped or something. Yeah. So he knows that my nine of diamonds is suit preference for spades here. So the bad news is that the clubs look like they're running. The good news is that the I'm going to let my partner win the six. The if we can get rid of declares trump first, we should be good. So let's say North is 5-5 in the red suits. That means North has three clubs. If we play another diamond, that forces declare to trump again. And then if North started with ace king of trump, then North can go ace king of trump and then take a club finesse and win the rest of the tricks. So I'm assuming that, okay, so North didn't have that. If North had the ace king of hearts, North would have played those cards. Looks like North is sloughing spades as fast as North can because North isn't solid on hearts. I should have doubled. Should I have doubled? No, I can't. I don't really know what North has for the three heart bid. And all of partner's points, and they were concentrated in diamonds. He has 100 honors in diamonds. So the spade pitches are telling me that North's not afraid of losing clubs. North likely has. Okay. So this is forcing the second rough. If North started with four hearts, uh, North is refusing to trump. All the spades. And now I'm void in clubs. Ooh, I don't know if that was right. Here, I am going to trump in and then lead the jack of spades out. Normally I would play the king from this holding, but I'm hoping the jack of spades would make North less likely to cover. Not the case. Now I think North can just win a few club tricks. Yeah. Down three should be fine here. I mean, I could have competed. In four diamonds, we're down, so I'm glad I didn't. As I expected, my hand didn't have a lot of offensive strength. It had also not that much defensive strength as it turns out, but in in concert with my partner's hand, it ended up being good. So yeah, it looks like this is one of those hands where North opened with a void and a 9 count. Well, sorry, that's a 10 count. Oh, reasonable opening bid, but the problem was the three club bid by South was a new suit at the three level, and if they don't have an agreement that three clubs is non-forcing, North is going to keep bidding, and then South is going to pass the response. Here, if North knew that South was bidding some kind of non-forcing three clubs, North can just pass. Um, and then they end up in three clubs, which is an excellent spot. And over three clubs, I would curse myself and complain that I didn't compete to three diamonds. Looking at other tables, lots of folks competed to three diamonds, and even four diamonds at one table. But the minus the plus 150 for us is a very good score. The double dummy result in four diamonds is down one, so it and you don't need to be a genius to figure that out. It's off on a heart lead is the most simple way to look at it. It's just the king of hearts and then three tricks in the black suits. So another very strong round. We're up to 79% after 9 boards. That's a good start. Okay, I have an 11 count with a good 5-card spade suit. That's anybody should open this one spade in third seat. It's also a one spade overcall. The diamond opening makes my hand not as strong on offense because four diamonds, the queen, aren't going to provide value if South also has four diamonds. But my spade suit's good enough to overcall on its own, and certainly with an outside ace it's an automatic overcall. Anybody big game on board 8? Yeah, one person bit game and another person got doubled in a part score and made game. On the previous board, on 7, beating 3 no trump was excellent because most people are taking anywhere between 12 tricks and 9 tricks in no trump. Somebody held it to 7 tricks, quite a range between 7 tricks and 12 tricks on a hand where there really aren't that many running suits. Alan and I have agreements for what 2 diamonds and 3 clubs would mean. 2 spades is just a generic, boring raise, as well as 3 spades. It says, partner, I am bidding spades. I have a question here. Should I compete? I have. Competing is dangerous here. The reason it's dangerous is that partner hasn't shown a 4th spade, and partner also hasn't shown any values. He's a passed hand. I think that even though 3 clubs is probably making, I can't justify a compete on my own. Alad's got it in his hand, so he probably has some shortness outside of spades, probably in diamonds. Uh, but I don't have 3 spades myself. 4 clubs, okay. This is where you want to push your opponents, the 4 level of a minor suit. I don't have a penalty double because partner can be competing just on shape. So I'm happy to defend 4 clubs undoubled, and hopefully we'll be able to get a plus score here. If he's not leading a spade, he's leading a singleton diamond, so we'll see which he leads. It's neither of those, it's a trump. Okay. Smalls and hearts are suspicious, yeah. Okay, so let's review the auction here. North just bid clubs. That means North has a lot of clubs. Alad's trying to cut down on roughing value. Why would he do that? Well, probably because he has some kind of suit outside of spades. If he's got 3 spades, Declare has 2. Am I worried about a pitch anywhere? Not imminently, but I am worried about North-South setting up diamonds. So when I win my ace of clubs, obviously I can't continue clubs. So what do I want to play? Hearts doesn't make sense. There's the king of hearts and dummy. I'd rather they play hearts themselves than me break the suit. The king of spades is not a bad choice. I think I have to play my ace of clubs and then switch to the king of spades. Just because I know that I'm knocking out the ace and I'm likely setting up a spade trick for our side. The 8 of spades is a count card, showing an odd number of spades. His bid also showed an odd number of spades, so that's not a surprise. The declarer might want to consider holding up. Alad might have the jack of spades for his 8 of spades play. We're missing what, the 5 and the 3 here. And so actually, assuming declarer is just playing the lowest ranking spade that Dorian holds, Alad would not have the jack of spades. North would have the jack of spades. So I don't think I can risk, if I get in for whatever reason, playing a low spade out. I think that probably we're going to see the king of hearts and a heart off a dummy and an attempt to rough a heart and dummy. And that's right. So no harm in giving partner count in the suit. I probably give count more than I should. I find that playing against opponents at the club, normally people aren't reading my count signals or my attitude signals or anything like that. They're just concentrated on their plan of attack. And so I can freely signal to partner without worrying about whether I'm being too honest. So Alad didn't see me play a club back. He's probably thinking, well, why didn't he play a club back? Oh, it's because he has no more clubs. So I am going to leave Alad the choice as to whether or not he wants to continue spades, because I can't make that choice for him. I can't attack clubs, and I have nothing to do or say in hearts. So here Alad is continuing with the method of removing dummies clubs from dummy. and preventing North from, say, roughing two hearts and dummy. I would probably not expect North to have four hearts, given that North has bid clubs without doubling or anything like that. And I'm going to hold on to as many diamonds as I can. So North's had three hearts, two spades, most likely six clubs, and probably two diamonds. I think we probably have another diamond trick coming, but we'll see. Um, Here, North is going to trump in hand, probably pull a final round of clubs, and then maybe run clubs or attempt something in diamonds. And North can claim, I think North has the king of diamonds, but should not have the king of diamonds. That's right. North conveniently, or I should say appropriately claimed with no hope of avoiding the loser. Four clubs down one should be a good score. Looks like we are making three spades, so it was actually correct for them to compete to four clubs. We would have gained equity on the board had we doubled, but I didn't want to take that risk. So I have got technically this is 10 points, and that's enough for me to open my 10 to 12 no trump. I'm going to call it 10 to 13 because sometimes I do downgrade. Um, and when announcing a bid, it's better to, and certainly in no trump range, it's better to be broad in your range, even if your partner interprets it as a more narrow range. In terms of playing strength, this hand is certainly not. It's below average, I think, for a 10 count. Anytime you get a chance to open one of these mini no trumps, you take it. Uh, Unfortunately, the ACBL prevents you from upgrading your 9 counts into bidding these. It's technically illegal, and that hasn't stopped Alad from doing it in the past. But we try to tell him off when he does that. All right. Hopefully South will forget that they're playing. Yes! But I actually, South probably has a six diamonds. So maybe we threw them off from their system by bidding this mini no trump. Oh boy. Um, this isn't going to end well. Because South had, or because of the short diamonds and dummy, they weren't expecting two diamonds to mean the majors. No, I feel bad for them. This is a little bit sad. With 5-5 in the majors, I'm not going to play a club. I'm just going to play a spade, which is the major with the best hope. Who knows? This might be like down one or something. I don't know how strong North's hand is. I think North has ace, queen, 10, fifth of spades. Did well to put in the 10 there. I'm going to encourage clubs with my odd club, and that should be North's last diamond. So we're taking six diamond tricks because I think Alad started with six diamonds, along with the king of spades for down two. Uh, I'd want it to be 150 for me to be happy with this hand. We'll see if that's in the cards. I've encouraged clubs, though North bidding the majors might mean that North is actually void in clubs. But North wouldn't have anything to discard anyway, so there's no harm in leading a club at this point. He might decide to play hearts. Alad might decide to play hearts in order to remove potential entries to dummies good clubs once the clubs are set up, but I don't think that's going to matter. We're going to see the 10 and then the jack. I think we'll probably see the ace of spades and then the queen of spades from North's hand. Both of those will hold, and then North will continue spades. No, it's hearts. Okay. So they're determined to set up their hearts. Alad's shift to the eight of hearts. It's probably from a doubleton eight small, but maybe he had, okay, it looks like he had a singleton. So that singleton implies that North started with a 6 card heart suit, probably a 4 card spade suit, 3 diamonds, and nothing in clubs. So we're going to see a spade here. That's right. But I expect North to be holding the ace queen tight of spades now and a bunch of, well, what would be good hearts if North wasn't actually out of diamonds. Now my king of clubs is a winner. So the way we defended this has led to me winning the king of clubs when otherwise I might have got it trumped had Alec played a low club and the queen came off dummy. I have no reason to hold on to any of my low clubs. That's right. I miscounted. I think there were 4 hearts in dummy, and one of them I think got discarded on a diamond earlier. So for some reason my 9 of spades is holding. I guess partner must have a high spade. Wow. Okay, that's a lot of under tricks, but that might not be a good board. If Alad's hand is strong enough to defeat this so many tricks, we might have a game. And it looks like we can make maybe not 3-no trump, but a lot of something. So 2 diamonds down 5 is 250, a rare score in bridge. And that's right, yeah. I forgot that North or South discarded, I think it was a heart on the, or I miscounted anyway. Still, 250 is a good enough score. So I have a good 16. This is definitely a precision. And hopefully, partner's got a nice positive response for me. If not, we'll have to bid our majors. He does have a positive response. He's showing a hand with at least 5 diamonds, and it's an unbalanced hand of some kind. He would bid this with any hand with 8 or more points. So I always bid 2 diamonds here because I don't know what his range is. I don't know what his side suits are. So this is just a compulsory relay over 2 clubs. It doesn't imply any kind of club fit. Over 2 diamonds, he has opportunities to show 1 or 2 side suits. So if he's bidding initially what amounts to diamonds, he can have 4 hearts, he can have 4 clubs, or he can have neither. So 2-no trump here actually shows a hand with 4 hearts. Had he bid 2 hearts, that would show 4 clubs. 2 spades would show no side suits and a weak hand. 2-no trump shows 4 hearts. So I'm going to keep asking about his hand. Over 3 clubs, I think 3 diamonds shows a hand that's 12 points. So he can have 10 cards. So he's not showing the 10 cards. Diamonds. Three hearts, three spades. He should have, I think, five diamonds, four hearts, and two in the black suits. So here he should be showing exactly one ace and denying the king of diamonds. Unfortunately, if he has exactly one ace and he doesn't have the king of diamonds, then I don't see a reason to bid on here. Uh, we're not a favorite for any kind of game. The question is, do I want to bid something in no trump? And is no trump going to play any better? Well, what do I have? I have 16. He's got 12. We're off an ace and a king. What else are we missing besides that? Like 5 points. I'm going to pass. Hopefully, Alad does have that hand. With the hearts and diamonds. It's possible that there was some kind of misunderstanding here, but it looks like I was right. So we are missing the king of diamonds and an ace, and that's enough for me to want to avoid the slam. See, the thing about slam betting is everybody wants to bid the slams, and you can have all kinds of tools to find good slams, but really what you want to do is avoid the bad slams. And this is the bad slam. There's any slam is less than 50% because you're off the ace of clubs for sure. Oh gosh, I guess the round ended fast. Shoot. I think that Alad probably would have made his contract with an overtrick. He has to lose ace of clubs and a diamond and a heart.
Okay, so I am. Oh, shoot. So my headphones died, so I'm on a different set of audio right now. I apologize. Um, and I'm on to the next contract. Yeah, four hearts probably ends up making exactly there for an above average result. I have a very good hand opposite my partner's one diamond opening. We've got a two spades overcall here. We've seen this hand a very similar hand to this earlier. Again, I can't be assured that partner's going to make a reopening double. So I have to double myself. Here, on the previous time, a very similar hand came up, and that was actually board, I think board one. Sorry, it was board two. I ended up just bidding three no trump. But on this deal, what I want to do is double because I think we have a possible slam here. So I'm going to go E card. Because I know we have controls outside of the hearts. And this four spades here, we play it as called kickback 1430. I don't know if it makes sense to play 1430 and kickback at the same time, but that's what we do anyway. So Alad has 1430 responses here. I want to see at least one key card, and he's got it. Actually, two, because I'm missing it. So this shows two with the queen, which is perfect. And that will make me go six hearts. So we're just off one key card here, and we're not missing the queen of trump. I have the ace queen of spades, so we should avoid any kind of spade losing because the south probably has the queen of spades for a bit. And if we end up going down to this, then that's fine. We are a favorite to make this contract, given what I've seen from partner. There's no other information I can get from him other than this contract. All right, so
Hey, so I have now replaced my headphones with a different set. Hopefully you can hear me speak into these headphones just as well as you could the previous set. We are in six hearts. We've got the Jack of Clubs lead. I hope it's not a singleton club. If it was a singleton club, then sucks to be us. Uh, if it wasn't a singleton club, or if North shifts to a non-club, then four hearts is going to come down very easily. And there you go. It's a shift to a diamond, and Alad can't quite claim, but he's very happy with the result. Thank you very much for confirming that the audio is good. Again, glad you're watched throughout or you've tuned back in. Uh, I think this is my reward for staying out of the slam on board 12. For some reason, it still reads as average there. I think that probably should end up getting adjusted to 420, but we'll see after the tournament what the director does. I'm just counting the tricks here, and it's no trump at this point if he pulls trumps, so it's 12 tricks. Very happy to have bid the slam. I don't know if other people will bid it. Looks like possibly no trump is the same number of tricks, but you might need to guess clubs or something like that. So six hearts is certainly, I would say safer, but I was worried about a singleton jack of clubs there. Hmm. Alad's thinking, I guess he didn't expect South to have another club, or maybe to just play the 10 of clubs. I doubt South would lead Jack of clubs from Jack 10 fourth, having already overcalled two hearts, was it? But if Alad goes king here, then, and I'm pretty sure that North South haven't discarded any clubs, then Alad will go down. Because North didn't continue clubs, that could be singleton, but no, it looks like North just didn't continue clubs. So luckily the clubs were 3-2, which makes it very easy to bid and make. Got to congratulate my partner on bidding and making a slam. Um, that seven of diamonds would have been the beer card if he won the last trick with it, but I don't think he will be. So just zooming through that so far, yeah. The it's not by any means a certainty because South can always like lead a low club and then force Alad to guess, but that's not going to happen. I would expect Alad to probably end up just pitching his. Yeah, he can pitch his club losers on the spades and then knock out the diamonds. Um, Four hearts should make all day. Yes, yes, he would have been. Okay, next hand. I've got a great hand for partner and support. The choice here is between. No, there's no choice. It's just four spades. Four spades here is to play. There's no conventions in terms of whether it's weak or preemptive here. I think over a preempt, everybody plays four spades to play. Alan and I play precision, so the auction of one spade past four spades shows a hand that's either preemptive or a hand that's just trying to make four spades. And here I've got one of those hands that I think can make four spades. Because he's limited to 15 points, because we play precision, it's unlikely that there's a slam in the cards. So four spades is going to be the result that I think most tables will be in, and so Alad will be just challenged to take as many tricks as he can in the contract. Just looking at the last round overall, 1-0 trump, sorry, two diamonds down, five ended up being a top board. Sometimes minus 250 means that you screwed up and missed your contract. Fortunately, that wasn't the case here. Board 12, four hearts making, was sort of a middling result. And I think that's just because we avoided the slam that nobody else would have even looked for. And then the last board, sorry, board 10 was also from the previous round. That was a below average result. And it was below average because most people are getting to play three spades in our direction, and we never had that opportunity. Six hearts, I think most people aren't going to find, and one other pair found the slam. It's what 17 opposite 14 with singleton. I think it's a perfectly reasonable slam to bid, and on a non-club lead, it's also a perfectly reasonable slam to make if you're just able to rough the minor suits. Um, but we were rewarded for going out and bidding that. Extra tricky. You're wondering if in our one club structure, do we have initial responses above two diamonds? So Alan and I, we play relay positives. So one diamond shows 0 to 7 any. And then anything higher than one diamond shows some kind of positive response with 8 or more points. So while the lowest level bids are the most common, so one heart shows 4 spades in most hands, one spade shows most balanced hands or triple 4 1s, two clubs shows diamonds, two diamonds shows hearts, or one no trump shows hearts, two clubs shows diamonds, two diamonds shows clubs. Um, Above that, our bids show specific to suitors generally. Two no trump shows a very strong balanced response. And then when it gets to 3 diamonds or above, 3 diamonds shows a hand with uh, 4 hearts, 6 or more clubs, and at least 8 points. And all the bids from 3 diamonds and above, all the bids, sorry, above 3 diamonds exactly. So starting with 3 hearts, show variations on that shape with extra strength. So we use a principle called zoom. And the zoom principle is when you get to the last step in the relay, you start answering the next question in the sequence. So our first question is always the first suit. The second, excuse me, the second question is always the second suit. And the third question is the point range. So by the time you've got to 3 diamonds, you're answering the fact that you have 4 hearts, the fact that you have 6 or more clubs, and 3 diamonds shows exactly 8 to 11 rather than 8 plus, because the bids after 3 diamonds, directly 3 hearts over one club, would show 12 plus and then very specific shapes, like 1, 4, 2, 6, and then 2, 1, 4, 6, etc. And so that way we ascribe meaning to all of those bids without having to explicitly state them. So I am going to open this 2 spades. It's a weak 2. I would rather bid this in first or third seat, but in second seat it's fine as well. Non-vulnerable, and the odds that this is going to hurt us rather than help us is very low. With a good 5-card spade suit non-vulnerable, I'm just going to open it 2 spades. Okay, so the 2 spades has impacted their bidding because North's 3 heart range is probably undiscussed. A lot of people don't have explicit agreements about what they're going to overcall at the 3 level with. And also, even if they did have that agreement, it's wide ranging. It has to be wide ranging. So South has a tricky decision about whether to go to 4 hearts. So let's see what South decides. I can't know what the correct response is, but South is more likely to get it wrong. 3 no trump here is could be right. I think that probably South wouldn't bid 3 no trump without the queen, at least third of spades. So against 3 no trump, I would have let a 4th best spade, but North really likes hearts. The good news is that Alan's going to lead a spade through South's spade holding. I can play ace, king, jack of spades, or jack, ace, king of spades. As I expected, South had 4 spades, the queen. Just looking at the spade spots here, we're off the 9, we're off the 4, and we're off the 3. Alan's 7 is probably top of a doubleton. It could be a singleton. So with a good 8 count here, well, is it a good 8 count? The spades aren't super helpful in 4 hearts. But with an 8 count here, it makes sense to respond to 3 hearts, but they could be well and over their head. North rebidding hearts here indicates either something like a void. I doubt it's a void because then Alan would have bid spades, or more likely, at least a 6-card heart suit. So I'm putting in the jack, and then it might hold the trick, it might not. We'll see what North's spade spot is. It's the 3. Okay. So we're still off the 4 and the 9. No reason not to play another high spade. I don't expect there to be 2 entries to dummy here. If there are, this contract's probably either making or dependent on Alad's Hart holding. So I'm going to go ace of spades. I don't really have any reason to play the ace or the king. Hopefully Alad will show out of spades here. That would be the dream. And indeed, he does show out of spades. He's encouraging clubs with his 3 of clubs, but I will continue cashing my king of spades. He doesn't know that I started with 5 rather than 6, so I'm going to keep cashing. And then rather than shift to a club at this point, I'm going to continue spades because it forces North to rough, and that will mean roughing the spade winner and dummy. North might decide to make a loser-on-loser play, but in that case, they're down. And North is probably going to try to make the contract if there's any hope of that. I don't have any suit preference to give here. I have 9-5 low spot in both of my minors, so I'll just play my 8 of spades. Why not? So North is roughing with a middle heart. Alad can make the decision about which heart to rough with. He's not going to play me with anything else at this point because he's already seen 8 points. If I had as much as a queen outside, probably, I would have opened the betting 1. So he is in charge of the defense from this point forward. I'm just going to give him accurate count. So he's gone 3 of clubs, 8 of clubs. He has something in clubs. At this point, it could be the king jack of clubs, could be the queen jack, could be just the king, but remains to be seen. So North is playing a club towards dummy. This seems to be the lowest club spot outstanding. The queen of clubs play by Alad, and I'm going to drop my 5 here, high-low. He's going to interpret that to being 3 clubs. It implies Alad has another high club. So North is roughing here. Alad still has the jack of clubs. So he started with king, queen, jack, 5th, pretty good holding, as well as a singleton spade. So no reason not to play anything but the lowest heart. So we've seen the ace and the king and the 9 and the 8 and 7, but not the queen or the jack or the 10. There's the queen. That is a pretty good heart holding. So Alad showed up with 2 hearts. I showed up with 2 hearts. Dummy had, let me just confirm that. Dummy had 1, so that's 8 hearts, 3 spades, 1 club, and 1 diamond. So Alad needs to know to hold on to his ace of diamonds, which I'm assuming he has, otherwise North would have claimed. Nice. Down 1. Good bridge. All right, well, that teleported us to the next round. Time to say hi. Oops, I say it here. Hi, we play precision carding in Alad's profile. There we go. And with a decent hand, 5 hearts, I'm opening 1 heart, as does everybody who holds this hand. Just looking at the last round real quick. 6 hearts making, of course, a very good result. Only one other pair bid it. Board 14 was bad. We bid up to 4 spades and ended up going down a couple. But it was, first of all, it can't make with all the cards offside and the diamond void. But secondly, the opponents have what looks to be 4 hearts. I don't think we can do anything about 4 hearts there, so yeah, they can actually make 5 hearts double dummy. And then on this last board, we had a slightly above average result because it looks like everybody's going down 4 hearts. Except for 1 pair. Whoops, I kept high in there. Oh well. So Alad's passing. Playing precision, you might pass with a 6 count here. You wouldn't do that playing a standard or 2/1 just because your partner can have a very strong hand. I expect South to make some kind of bid here. And it's 1 spade. I don't have a very strong hand, but I have a hand that would rather be declaring than defending. So I'm going to bid 2 clubs here and then give Alad the choice. I don't mind competing to the 2 level on this. If they have a game, they have a game. I don't think I'm going for minus 200 here where the opponents don't have a game, so no harm in trying to show my second suit here. And anyway, because we play precision, my hand's limited to 15, so 13 is technically the upper half of my range. So four hearts, yeah, so in this last one, um, if I don't cash the, okay, so on that one, because I didn't know how strong North's hearts were, it was a very strange three hearts, four hearts sequence there. But yeah, it looks like Alad's actually squeezed in the black suits. Um, the spade or heart ends up being passive enough to get them to rough in and squeeze Alad. If I'd let a club back, it breaks up the squeeze. And if I lead a diamond back, um, it, of course, is the ace of diamonds. But yeah, a heart or a spade means that they could have made it, which is really fun. So they are bidding to game somehow. I just want to look at the double dummy result here, just to confirm that. And that's right. Yeah, if a club breaks up the squeeze, a diamond cashes the ace, but either of the major suits let them squeeze Alad in the minors. Really cool. All right, I'm defending against a game. What do I want to lead here? So Alad never got around to raising my hearts. I think he's much more likely to have some length in clubs than hearts, but that doesn't tell me what to lead against this contract here. We play Rusino leads, so my queen shows the king here. Might as well lead my stronger suit. So I'm glad I led the queen of hearts here. Um, Alad will encourage with a doubleton. Uh, so if he has his encouraging cards are actually middle cards. So the 6 and the 5 are encouraging cards here. The 2 is discouraging. Yeah, that's right, Mountback. Thanks for catching that. I totally missed that. I was just sort of on autopilot. I did not expect North to have so many such strong hearts. I was thinking Alad's hand was focused more in like, 5 hearts to the queen or jack or something and not holding stacks in both of the minors. So this first trick, Alad played the 5 and then South played the 4. So the 5 is discouraging, but that probably tells me he's got 3 of them. But he is playing the 10 of spades here, which is some kind of suit preference implication, though I expect this to be just from King 10 Doubleton. Two of diamonds does also count. With South bidding spades, Alad probably has 4 diamonds, but South probably has 6 spades, 4 diamonds, probably 1 heart left, or 2 hearts to start, and 1 club. So I think this contract's making. Don't think there's anything else to it. I need to interpose here in case there's some kind of club finesse that happens. So looking at that 4 of clubs there, the 4 of clubs after seeing the 6 probably is the highest spot. So I think South probably has another club in hand. Looks like another diamond finesse is happening. I am going to cash my other club here, and then I'm going to try to cash as many hearts as I can. Yeah, I think that's it. You just got a beer, Alad. Excellent. I've already finished mine. I don't think I'm going to go back for another beer unless I earn it in a hand. I think South can claim here. Unless Alad has a secret other high spade winner. No. Okay. 450 probably is a normal result. South, of course, has a normal spade bid over my heart opening, and then North has a very good hand, actually. North has a 13 count, so everybody should be in game there. A couple people missed out. They did well to be competent. Um, some folks are taking 12 tricks. the way to take 12 tricks on the hand is to, looks like avoid a diamond loser. To avoid the diamond loser, you might need to be either see through the backs of the cards or count points. Uh, if my hand opens the bidding playing standard and you see the king of spades in partner's hand, then you have to place me with the queen of diamonds and play accordingly. But we're on to the next hand. Alan's opened one club. That's strong. It's artificial. I have a positive response, so we've got a relay auction going on. So one spade here is probably natural. Um, I have a forcing pass by agreement here, and I'm hoping Alan has a double because I'm going to pass Alan's double. Normally, the pass shows 0 to 4 points. My double of one spade would show 5 to 7, and bids would show whatever else. But pass can also be a trap pass, and this is the trappiest of trap passes. All right, so we're defending one spade doubled, and in order to get a good result here, we're going to have to beat it by 3 tricks. So um, I think that probably what I'm going to try to do is reduce my trump length. I doubt South has 6 spades. And then the best way to do that is just to try to find partner suit. It's probably diamonds. Ala didn't bid like hearts or anything, so I'm going to lead my queen of diamonds, top of a doubleton, hope to hit partner with something. South's hand has 2 spades in it, so if South had 5 spades for South's overcall, probably 4 spades, then we're going to have a good time here because we might be able to entirely avoid having South win a spade trick. So I am going to over trump here. A queen of clubs here is looks to be some kind of suit preference. However, I think I'd rather play a diamond through, just because I sort of want to know the position of the diamond suit. And if I can get a rough in diamonds, that's gravy. So here I am going to rough this diamond. Looks like South started with 4 diamonds, 2 clubs, probably 5 spades, and 2 hearts. The 2 of hearts here, it is what it is. I can always over trump dummy, so I'm going to get probably 4 more spade tricks. Question is, how many more heart tricks do we get? King will force the ace, I think. Yeah. I have to win my queen here. Now, I need to try to win 3 more spade tricks. I think I'm guaranteed 3 more. I don't know if I'm going to get 4 more. South should have a low heart here, or a diamond to pitch. Hopefully South will take some kind of spade finesse, but either way, unless partner has the jack of spades, we're not getting any. I have to lose a spade trick to South. So I'm going to rough here, play a low spade. So down 3 is 500. So this should be a good board, unless we missed a slam. But given that most of my points are in spades, we probably don't have a slam. So board 16, more results have come in. 450 for South ends up being fairly good for us because a lot of people are making 12 tricks. And then 500 should be a very good score here. So honestly, South was unlucky that I had six spades, the ace, queen, 10, 9. Well, a spade is normal, and it's just unlucky that you're up against a precision pair who have the agreement that pass over one spade is forcing, and Alad has the perfect reopening double, and I have the perfect penalty pass. Um, just looking at anything else, we don't have a slam there, so that should be a very good board. Now, um, we've got one spade by South. I'm going to bid unusual to no trump here. So normally we play to no trump unusual as showing at least opening values. White on red, it can be a little weaker than that. So I actually have a little bit extra for my bid. Huh. So that happened non-precision at a different table, which is great. I love it. It happened to the director. So sorry, Kevin and Mike. But it's actually a perfectly normal result if it goes a club, a spade, pass, pass, double. And I think with the West hand, you are inclined to make that penalty pass because the 11 card division between your hand and South's hand implies that your partner has the kind of shape that will make a reopening double. So the three hearts bid by North makes my king of hearts worse. Alad's not raising any of my minors. So the bidding's over for me. Hopefully South will pass and they'll miss their game. We're cruising along at 72%, which is pretty good. I'm happy with how we're doing so far. Hopefully we can keep it going. Let's jump bid. I'm going to wait my 10 seconds and then pass. So I have two choices as for leads against four spades. One is a high club, and then the other is a sneaky four of hearts. The four of hearts is the world's loudest singleton heart. So here we go. Alad has decided to wake up and come in with five clubs late in the hand. And what that tells me is that we probably don't have two cashing club tricks. So if South balances to five spades, I'm leading my singleton four of hearts. And that will hopefully discourage them from taking a finesse. I'm sure South is going to bid five spades. No, somebody's going to bid something. Or is this going to get undoubled? Undoubled. It's a victory in itself. So we're going to see a high spade lead and then a heart shift. And we should be down right away. Starts with a heart. Um, okay. So how does five spades do, or four spades? Four spades is a 10 card fit. There's no spade losers. That queen of hearts is a singleton, almost certainly. So there's no hard losers. Um, Possibly two club losers. I think there's a good chance of that because North South passed over five clubs that neither of them felt the need to keep bidding. And I would say at most one diamond loser. So four spades is making five clubs is a very good save, especially white on red. This is going to be a good result. 3 minutes left in the round. How are we doing for time? We're okay. We've just got this one board left, and there's really not much to play here. So South is trumping North's winner, which doesn't cost anything because they don't have any natural trump tricks. And South is just insisting that the ace of spades get cashed before it magically disappears on something. Now, South clearly is inclined to cash aces. Uh, so there's the ace of diamonds. Had South not played the ace of diamonds at that point, I would have played North for the ace of diamonds. Um, at this point, I think that there's no way to go down. I don't see a need to rough high there. What are there? Three more clubs out. King of diamonds is good. Owlet's just quit claiming. It might be a little premature. I wasn't watching the heart spots. Um, I'm sure that the diamonds can get set up, but he's claiming just to get it over with, it seems. Uh, okay. Yeah, so it looks like it was the heart spots. I wasn't watching, but yeah, yeah. So Aled explained that he can rough one heart and dummy. I was concerned that he would just try to play on clubs, but here he can clearly pull trump in 3 rounds, rough a heart and dummy, and then get back to hand with a rough and claim. So his claim's valid. 5 clubs undoubled down 2 is an excellent score. Even if it was doubled, it's still a great score. I'll keep the comments to a minimum. Aled, of course, can't be kept from bidding, and he's making a takeout double. I have nothing except 4 spades and 4 clubs, so I'll bid whatever's cheapest. But here over a support redouble, I'm going to pass because I have a very weak hand, and I think I show the weak hand by passing. Um, I mean, I could have bid 1 spade, but I think that implies towards the top of my 0 to 8 point range. Aled won't sit the redouble, of course, unless he's making a 20 point double. So how am I going to defend this 3-no trump? We've got a club lead. The 4 is a 4th best club. I'm glad he's led my best suit, but South seems to have a solid running diamond suit, while North is blasting 3-no trump. I don't know if we're going to get any tricks. But if North is void in diamonds, and there's no entry to the diamonds, no, he's going to cash the king, ace, king, queen of clubs, and then yeah. So I'm going to play my diamonds from the bottom because I have the jack of clubs, and that's the uh, card that I'm holding on to. So hopefully he can read that. Aled is playing the 2 of hearts, which is discouraging hearts, but I do suspect he has the king of hearts and is okay. So he has the ace of hearts and 2 other cashing tricks. All right. So there's nothing he can do about that. His club lead didn't cost a trick. There's no way into my hand. This should be a normal result, but it might be fewer tricks if South is declaring. So next hand, I have a precision 2 clubs. So that's 6 plus clubs, 10 to 15. Here, I'm a minimum for my bid, but I have my bid, so I'm going to bid it. With a 22 plus hand playing precision, you open 1 club, just like you would with any 16 plus hand. We play 2 hearts as forcing for 1 round. And he should have at least 5 hearts. So this is 10 to 12 min. And it implies a lack of a 4-card side spade suit or heart suit. So Aled might pass. He might go 3 clubs. It's his choice. We'll see. Three hearts. Okay. So the 2 hearts, 3 hearts sequence shows a 6-card heart suit. Um, how good is this hand opposite his bid? So if he had a hand with an invite in 6 hearts, he would have jumped directly to 3 hearts. With a hand that is game forcing and 5 hearts, he would bid 2 diamonds and then 3 hearts. I think this is a game force with 6 hearts. So I'm just going to go 4 hearts here. Hopefully I'm not mistaken. He's not just trying to sign off in 3 hearts. But I have nice values outside of the club suit for him, so that should be useful. So yeah, I was correct about what our agreement was, and 4 hearts looks to have play. Counting quickly, there's assuming a 3-2 heartbreak, 9 top tricks, and then he just needs to manufacture 1 more. So where's that trick coming from? He could rough a spade. That's the easiest thing to do. Alternatives, if there's some disaster like a 4-1 heartbreak or a 6-2 spade break, include um, either setting up a club or taking a roughing finesse in clubs. The spade lead takes away one of the entries to dummy. So there's no way to set up a roughing finesse in clubs because he'd need to unblock the ace of clubs, run the queen of clubs, and then get back another time to dummy. And I don't think he can do that without the opponents killing entries by playing trump. The other line for possibly taking into account like a 4-1 heartbreaker or 6-2 spade break is running the jack of diamonds and then taking another round finesse in diamonds. And the odds are, I would say, better than 75% that at least one of the diamonds is in Kevin's hand. So that might be the right approach. The only problem is that it can lose if diamonds aren't 4-3. Like if they're 5-2, then the third diamond can get roughed, and you can't afford to take out trump early because you need that ace of hearts to act as a second entry to dummy. So Kevin's switching to a low diamond here. I don't think there's any harm in letting this go around, but better bridge players than me might have a different choice. Michael doesn't have the king of diamonds because Michael would have led the king of diamonds holding king queen. I would expect that to be in Kevin's hand. If Michael started with 6 spades, Michael might play a spade and put Alad in a uppercut position. So if Michael plays, I think it's the jack of spades here, Alad might be best served to ruff with the ace of hearts and then run the jack of diamonds. But Michael's playing back a diamond, which makes life a little bit easier because it means there's no risk in the diamond suit, and now Alad can freely try roughing the spade. Here, he could have cashed the ace of hearts, crossed to the club, and then tried roughing a spade, but that would have been worse because he would have had to re-enter his hand with a second club rough, or with a club rough. Now he can just play a club to the ace, and then if hearts are 3-2, claim the rest of the tricks. And then he'll make 5. Looks to be 4-1, so he's making 4. I don't think the spots are there for there to be any kind of potential of a trump coup. But 4 hearts making there, it's probably a normal contract, but I'm glad that we got there. And I'm glad we didn't screw up our agreements and that Alad played it correctly. We're the first pair to finish, so nobody to compare against, but I think it was a good board. Doing any kind of roughing, finesse in clubs or trying to set up clubs would have been very bad, South holding king fourth. I wonder if a heart lead can damage the contract. Because the diamond's always on side, I don't think it really can. But if there's a heart lead, Alad wins the ace. He can lose a heart and a spade and a diamond, but he still has to get rid of that other spade loser. On a heart, he might be best served to win in hand, unblock the ace of clubs, cross to dummy, and then run the queen of clubs. So I think double dummy. No, it looks like a heart lead does beat it. So looking back to this hand, the one heart, three clubs bid. Three clubs is a convention called Gestem, showing spades and clubs, and he's got a good hand. So over four clubs here, um, I have to decide if I want to go five clubs or not. I have some defense against the hearts, but the four clubs there is clearly a forward-going bid. I put the most pressure on by bidding five clubs here, and then if they end up in five or six hearts, I can double for penalty, probably because I have four hearts, the ace queen. Looks like they're doubling for penalty, which is fine. If they have four hearts, then we want to be sacrificing. My only question is, do they have four hearts? His bid sort of gives away where the position of the honors and hearts are. Uh, and the four clubs bid is clearly a splinter of some kind. Mike has at most one club. So Alad, who's playing it, as he has most of these hands, yeah, he's passing. So I'm scrolling back. How many hands have I played? I played a one no trump making four earlier. I played a three no trump making six earlier. Those are the only two hands I've played all night. So if you like watching me be dummy, then I'm hoping that you're enjoying this video. Here, Alad has his perfect Gestem hand. Unfortunately, there's a lot of losers in diamonds. Those can't be avoided. Uh, so in four hearts, there's probably two heart losers and probably a spade loser. So four hearts probably is making. Um, okay, good. I hope Alad alerted correctly. So why would Kevin play a low club? Probably with three low ones. Mike has a singleton ace here. Or actually, he could be just cubiting from ace small. I hope it was a singleton ace though, because having no club losers makes them more likely to have four hearts on this hand. Now, most people play Michaels. So if it went one heart, two hearts showing spades in a minor, uh, it wouldn't be clear to me which minor Allen held. I would probably assume he held diamonds and not raise. So I would expect that the five clubs sacrifice, assuming it's a real sacrifice, isn't found at most tables. Looking at the five of hearts here, Kevin seems to have been short in diamonds, meaning that they could have discarded some spade losers if depending on what the distribution of the suit was. So I think four hearts was probably making. And at this point, uh, I think I had the queen of clubs in my hand. Maybe Ala did, but it's just a cross rough for making one. I mean, I would just cross rough it, but maybe I'm miscounting something. Okay. So yeah, we get two heart tricks and a spade against. Well, maybe we get more spades than that. No, I think I think this is probably making four hearts, but some people might manage to go down. On the previous board, looking at all the results from this round, a three no trump by North, making four, is a middling result. Seems to be the average score. Um, Nobody's playing it by South, so everybody is getting that lead from the strong hand into the weak hand. The club didn't cost a trick, but it didn't gain a trick either. So that's a normal score. Four hearts making by Alad. It's a good score because of the people who ended up going down. Alad did manage to avoid the trap, and South didn't lead a trump. It wasn't clear to lead a trump there, but Alad did avoid it nonetheless. And then I don't think they can make five hearts either, but it looks like most people are down in four hearts. Uh, just looking at some of these other scores, uh, if a club is led against four hearts, my interpretation at least is that the diamonds can never be got to. So it looks like we took a bit of a phantom sack here. Unfortunately, my defense was too good. Hey, Batsmith98, I am not a world class player. I have played in some world championships, but they were junior championships, and I didn't do that well. But I certainly have fun at a world class level. So I thought five clubs down three non-vulnerable was a good sacrifice, but given that there's a diamond blockage and they need the diamond discards to avoid a bunch of spade losers, seems to be not the case. Is anybody making four hearts? Probably not. Well, we'll always have board one at least. That was fun. Well, thank you, Batsmith. I probably am better than most players. I think at this club game, we tend to do above average. We get about a 60% game on average. But there's playing against club players, and then there's playing against world class experts, and uh, it's a little scary when you're playing bridge and you know that your opponents are reading your carding better than your partner is, that they have deeper, more detailed agreements than you do, that they can fool you into playing certain ways just by how they know you're thinking. And uh, having played against some of those top players, it just uh, it's intimidating. I've choked a few times in some big matches. Uh, that's for sure. Yes, you are Alad. I have played two hands. Alad has played quite a few. Um, and how bad is this last one? It must be a bottom board, right? Nobody else is bidding this save here, at least not so far. Am I drinking oat milk or beer or both? No oat milk yet. I could use a glass. Exactly. Alad with the same analysis that I do. Nobody else finds the sacrifice because nobody else is playing Gestem here. Well, if you're playing bracket one in Gatlinburg, that's got to be scary. But Gatlinburg Regional is the biggest regional in the world, and I've never been there. It's definitely, if I was going to travel for bridge, and it wasn't an NABC, I would want to do Gatlinburg. I think just because of how big it is, and also Smoky Mountains and stuff like that. Right, go for a walk in between sessions. So we're into the last round. We're playing against Rajan and Eric. I don't remember if they're playing precision here. I'm going to have to ask them. Yeah, let me just see. So I have 16. I play 15 to 17. No trump in this position. So I'm going to open one no trump. I know Eric plays precision with one of his partners. I can't remember whom that is. Well, it looks like I'm going to get to play this one. So 1-0 trump, no response by partner. This is bridge at its purest. Yes, I do get to play one. They are playing a variable no trump. All the respect to you in the world for playing variable no trumps. Um, I think it's the right thing to do, and we do it. But you just need to remember to keep all your systems in order, especially if you're playing different systems over each no trump. So, Alad is also proud of them. So I'm going to ask about the carding. Carding is very important to know. If 2/1, standard count, upside down attitude, first discard Laventhal, third first lead against suit. Perfect. I'm assuming that this is not a suit contract because it's 1-0 trump. So there you go. It's how does my 1-0 trump range work? I'll get to that in a bit, but first I want to think about this hand. So what do we have? 5 tricks in the minors, a couple hearts to come. No harm in letting this go around to my jack. I'm going to attack, I think, spades first, just because it's the longer suit. They might go after hearts themselves. Precision is coming. Excellent. No Smith there. All right. So the jack is still out there. So, okay. So here's our no trump range. First, second, white, we play 10 to 12. Third seat, white, 10 to 14. First, second, red, 14 to 16. In fourth suit, all colors, or third seat, red, we play 15 to 17. Those are our no trump ranges. All right. Well, the jack is in North's hand. You should have played the known card. Yeah, we are publishing our system notes for the Hart House Club to peruse. So they found their heart shift. I think Rajan's going to continue hearts at this point. Yeah, I'm taking my time with the editing the system notes. It's a lot of work because it's a lot of notes. Credit to Alad for typing them all up. But yeah, I need to read them, understand them, and then edit them. I've got a couple intros in mind for them because that's what I do best. But besides that, I have to really think about how I want to do this. So um, let's see how I want to cash out the rest of these tricks. I'm going to play my spades right away. No, I'm going to play my king of clubs. If the clubs, I don't think the clubs are going to work out. We are not using latex to answer Eric. We are using Microsoft Word. I don't know if Alad knows latex. Alad is a science person, not a math person. Yeah, he doesn't know what latex is. LaTeX is a system of typing mathy things into a computer. Alad is an allergist. Ah, shoot. Ah, too bad. I didn't know where that Jack of Hearts was. I guess I should have figured it out. Had I known the position of the cards at the end, I could have thrown Eric in with Jack of Hearts and then had him lead away from his Queen of Diamonds. But wasn't that good. So here, because not vulnerable our range is 14 to 16 here, I can't open 1-0 trump. So I have to open the Nebulous Precision Diamond, which is 11 to 15, 2 plus diamonds. All right, one heart by Alad, and then my one no trump rebid here shows my sort of weak no trump range hand. And then yeah, there, um, because Eric didn't throw off his jack of hearts, he doesn't know where the 8 is. If he did know where the 8 was, he should have thrown off his jack of hearts, but he didn't. I can throw Eric in with the jack of hearts and then win a diamond at the end. So this 2 diamonds here is artificial game forcing, and I have a series of responses over it. 2 hearts shows hearts, 3 hearts or something like that. 2 spades shows 4 spades. 2 no trump is no 5 card suit. 3 clubs shows 5 clubs. 3 diamonds shows 5 diamonds. So I think do I zoom over 3 diamonds? Yeah, 3 diamonds, 3 hearts. Uh, yeah, this looks about right. Hopefully we haven't gone off the rails here. So two diamonds is artificial game forcing. 1 heart shows 4 or more hearts. I would bypass 4 card spade suit in order to bid 1 no trump here. So I could have 4 spades. Unfortunately, because we made some modifications to our system earlier, I don't actually remember what the 2 heart bid over 2 diamonds would be by me. Um, Common sense would suggest it shows a hand with 3 hearts, but it definitely doesn't. Okay, so Alad is just going 6 no trump here. So I get to play another one. Hopefully I didn't screw this one up too. Why doesn't it show 3 hearts? So we used to play that I would bid 1 no trump. I would bypass not just 4 spades, but also a 4 hearts, um, which was a suboptimal agreement. But then after the 2 diamonds artificial game force, 2 hearts would show a hand with 4 hearts. 2 spades would show a hand with 4 spades, and then 2 no trump and higher would show some kind of relays, or would show some kind of non-major hand with a bunch of relay possibilities to unfold. Here, yeah, uh, because we decided we're just going to bid 2 hearts with 4 hearts. Now 2 hearts over 2 diamonds doesn't show that. It can't show that. So what else could it show? Oh, oh, wait, no. Does it show that impossible hand? Okay, I'm gonna have to reread the notes, but I do know that it doesn't show 4 hearts there because we would have been 2 hearts with 4 hearts. Okay, let's count tricks. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 top tricks. Where's 11, 12 coming from? Maybe a heart or a club, or maybe the diamonds. Which do I want to test first? Well, I think what I want to do is run the hearts and see what happens there. And then I'll know whether or not to play on clubs or diamonds. First, let's see if the hearts are splitting. So the hearts are splitting. Because hearts are splitting, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tricks. We still need 2 more tricks. So I would need to probably be careful about how I am doing all this stuff. So what's the best way to get 2 tricks here? Probably throw off a club and then just play on diamonds. Wait, I have diamond loser, club. You can play low here. Okay, good. So the good news is that we got 1 extra trick, but Eric could still have 4 diamonds, in which case we would need to squeeze him or something. So I'm going to go club pitch. Maybe it should have been the queen of clubs. That was a mistake. Oh yeah, I'll claim. 13 tricks. Six no trump made 7 there. Should be a good score. I've got another opening bid. This is a weak no trump, 10 to 13. I'm saying 10 to 13 because I might downgrade a 13 count, but normally it's 10 to 12. Uh, I just want to be protected in case I do ever end up downgrading a 13. Yeah, so that was a nice easy 6 no trump, making 7. And people did all kinds of things that weren't bidding 6 no trump. So 2 hearts over our mini no trump here is to play. I'm going to pass when it comes around to me, and that's just fine. Get in, get out real fast. His 2 heart range is something like 0 to 12, which makes it hard to defend against. What runout system do I play over penalty doubles? So our agreement right now is over, let's say, no trump, direct double. We play a direct bid of 2 clubs. Oh, well, stuff's happening here. A direct bid of 2 clubs shows clubs in a higher suit. 2 diamonds shows diamonds in a higher suit. 2 hearts and 2 spades are just themselves. So he bid hearts, then he bid clubs. We're seeing spades and we're seeing diamonds. I feel the need to compete here. I think this might be our hand. So I'm going to try 3 hearts here, just because my club fit is so good. If Alad, oh geez, well, I'm going to pass. If Alad decides, if it goes 1 trump double, and then Alad redoubles, that forces me to bid 2 clubs. And he would pass with a single suitor in clubs, or bid 2 diamonds with a single suitor in diamonds, or bid 2 hearts with hearts and spades. If he passes over the double, that forces me to redouble. And then over that, he can pass the redouble for penalty, or he can choose to scramble out of the redouble. So that's our agreement over runouts over the penalty double over 1 trump. We are punished far less than we should be for opening such a weak no trump. Yeah, so the double fit encouraged me to bid a little bit, but I need to pass at some point. And here I have a guaranteed spade trick over that dummy. That's good. The Jack of Hearts lead is second to touching honor, so he has the queen. He's not going to lead this from ace, queen, jack, so North has the ace as well. So I've already supported hearts. I'm already showing 3, so there's no surprises on the hand. Our carding here is sort of super referencey, so I'm playing the 2 of clubs to show I like clubs. I also like diamonds, but I like clubs as well, so Alan needs to know that. Yeah, not everything we do is crazy. We try to read widely in the bridge world and just steal stuff from things we see. And we've seen things that are close to that, and we've stolen them. So Rajan knows he can rough low here because I bid hearts. Not that it matters if he roughs high because I have a position over his. Yeah. And I am, of course, covering with queen, jack, 8. But now I'm on lead. What do I do on lead here? My problem here is that I'm a little concerned that those diamonds are going to set up before Alad can play clubs through. So if Alad started with 5 hearts and 4 clubs, then he probably has 2 spades and 2 diamonds. But if he's 5-5 with 2 spades and 1 diamond, I can go ace of diamonds, diamond. But then he would have led his singleton diamond, and he didn't lead his singleton diamond. So he doesn't have a singleton diamond. He probably has two diamonds. If he has two diamonds, um, what I might do is just sort of duck a diamond. So he played the eight of diamonds there. I'm going to see on his second diamond whether I need to hold up another round. Unfortunately, I'm going to get end played in diamonds as well if I end up winning a third round of diamonds. I could have just come out a spade, I guess. Might have been better. So yeah, I will start with two spades. Um, it's the 10 of diamonds, 8, 4. Okay. Had I won, I would have had to play into dummy. So I have to duck this. And, but with three diamonds there, that means that there's three diamonds, three diamonds, five spades, three hearts, two clubs. Yeah, so I have to go ace of diamonds and then ace of clubs, and it makes 4, unfortunately. Well done. I got end played about 3 times there. Yeah, I was screwed. Yeah, they did well to make 4 there, but they did not bid it. And the reason they didn't bid it was because of the Menino Trump. Um, Owlett's apologizing. I don't know if he actually screwed up there. Um, he has to lead a club, that's true, but I didn't bid clubs, so he doesn't know that. But I bid. Oh, so we were on 60, about 70% going into the last round, and all of these results seem to be consistent with that. So we finished with a 71% game. This ended up being a pretty good game for us. Our strongest online game in some time. We didn't have too much bad stuff happen. In terms of acute missed defenses, there weren't really any that come to mind. As for bad boards, the 5 clubs double down 3 was bad. That could have been me deciding not to defend with my ace queen fourth of their trump suit. I didn't really know how much defense we'd end up having against that contract. Other bad boards included, well, that's fine. There was a hand where our opponents just competed correctly to 4 clubs, and that was fine. We couldn't do anything about that. This is one where we gave away an extra trick. We should have held it to 3, but we didn't. And in terms of good stuff, well, we bid and made a couple of slams, actually 3 slams on the night, which was great because there were 3 slams on the night. We stayed out of bad slams. We, on most hands, took all the tricks we could against our opponents on defense. We only gave up 1 or 2 over tricks. Overall, a very solid night. I'm happy with how we played. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoy watching me talk about my silly bridge games, I stream every night, Tuesday, Thursday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm always playing with Alad. We play our wacky precision system. We get into fun relay auctions and then end up in ridiculous slams that sometimes go down a lot. But this time they didn't, so I spared you that entertainment. All right, so hope you guys had fun, and I will see you guys hopefully on Tuesday. Good night.